I think I heard the clock strike 6, and I guess the first order of business is for you guys to decide on a chair. Andy. That sounds unanimous. Andy?
All right, guys. We call the meeting to order here. Roger, if you want to take roll.
Andy Allen?
Here.
Larry Chesney? Here. Bruce Namro?
Here.
Stan Hedrick?
Here.
And Rob's not with us.
All right, if we would, if everybody's reviewed last month's meeting, any additions, subtractions, alterations?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we approved last month's meeting. Looks like we have one special exception this month. Is that correct, Roger?
That is correct, and it's for Blackberry Farm. They've actually named the road Farmside Lane off of Joe Pye Lane, which is off of West Mills Cove Road. The property is identified on tax map 66 or tax map 82, parcel 66, and it's split. It's most of it's zoned R1 and some of it's zoned R2. And this request is the second phase of a condominium project. They're detached, but they're all on unified property. There's going to be 7 dwelling units on 34 acres. The site plan does indicate that the required setback from all exterior property lines will be 40 feet, and the density is within the requirements. Buffering requirements can be met by the existing vegetation as long as it's maintained to a level that will create a solid screen from the neighboring properties. The site plan indicates that the proposed road will meet the required 16 feet wide paved surface and will even include 2 feet gravel shoulders with a well, I don't know if this one's got the turnaround.
It does. It has the implied turnaround at the end of the.
At the end of it, okay.
Yep.
And they have submitted a drainage plan for the site. I got some of that we caught last time from the water because I just cut and pasted because it's the second phase of this. But I suppose you guys have worked on all the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a pond shown and size for the improvements.
You go get your fire water from the pond?
No. The existing road water system is the only water system that we have. Yeah, the pond is just strictly for stormwater.
I was just I had I cut and pasted from last, and there was some questions about the water supply at phase 1, and that's just still in here, but you guys will have public utility water.
Correct. Yes. Go ahead.
This is phase 2. You had phase 1, it had so many on it, and then this is starting on the second parcel.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we had 10 originally, and this is 7 more, a total of 17. The entire tract originally was 175 acres, and we've got 17 total units on it. They put the majority of it in a conservation easement. And then this is the remaining piece. There's no more land left in this parcel, so it's not feeding a third phase. So this is the extent of it.
Roger, what is it they're not meeting? They need our approval.
They have to go through this process because it's more than 2 dwellings on one parcel.
Ah,
Yeah. That makes it a special exception.
okay.
Yeah.
So the other thing we're approving is that they can have multiple condos
Right.
on this one parcel.
Correct.
Thank you.
What was the, I'm all for this, by the way, but whenever that change was made at Blackberry, what specifically did it change from what it used to be? You remember back, earlier this year, they,
Oh, you're talking about the rural resort
yeah, what
zone. They created a new zone that would allow
more freedom to do things in,
it opens up some uses to them. I hadn't looked at that in a few months, so
So things like this will still come before us, okay.
Yeah,
Roger, the last time we went through this, we were gonna get feedback from both the road commissioner and Tuckaleechee Water. Whatever happened to all that?
I've talked with Bill about it, and he said I can't remember now, but he didn't have any plans on widening the road up that way.
Did
And
you hear anything from Tuckaleechee?
I did not.
I don't think they got a grant.
They applied for 2 separate grants with Tuckaleechee. I don't know the status, but I know that they have applied for 2 separate grants this year with Tuckaleechee. I think it's spanning from last year into this year.
So those grants will allow them to put the proper size pipe in so you can have a fire?
Yeah, it's for additional water supply from Tuckaleechee. That's what they've applied for. And I know I was told, I don't know for a fact, I was told that the West Millers Cove Road was upgraded to a collector status, I believe. That was from the owner's representative that told me that. I didn't speak to Bill about it, but it should move you up a little bit on the list, but I wouldn't, I don't think it guarantees you any substantial improvements to the road, but it would get you up on the paving list and so on.
See, I think, well, somebody told me, county or somebody, that it's going to repave the road sometime this year. And then the discussion come in, well, if they're gonna repave it, and if they get a grant to redo the water line, why don't it work together to make sure one don't overlap the other one, and we realize the maximum use out of it. So that's still something I think we ought to work on. I've been sort of talking around the different ones in the code to try to get something put together to promote a better road, wider road.
Yeah, I can't remember my conversation with Bill. It's been several months ago.
Did you send out an email?
I think I did. I think I sent out an email updating you guys
I'm
on
gonna go
that.
sit down with him and see this, it's something that all this needs to be done, not only to help the road, but to help Blackberry and help the community up there even, so.
If I remember, I don't think, that's been a while, but I thought there was something about there wasn't any money funded for it last year. Well, it'd be last 13.
Well, there's, well, I won't get into that.
If you want it bad enough, you can call me.
It says here you've got a challenge with your water pressure. Is there any challenge servicing the additional units with water pressure?
No, sir, no.
If that's,
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second?
we have a motion and a second.
Andy Allen,
Yes.
Larry Chesney,
Yes.
Bruce Demrow.
Yes.
Stan Hedrick.
Yes.
It's approved.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Guy.
New Year to everybody.
I've just got to report that all you guys have met your educational requirements for 2013, so good job.